Akademiks.
It was cracking.
What's going on, man? Hey, we seen you with these harsh words for Figmunity. We're hearing about you potentially getting pressed by Dave Free. You got the internet in a frenzy, and we talking about it.
How soft you
Adam,
is.
you just calling me that I could finish off your dirty work. I get it. You got the right one. Hey, listen, I was just confused. I'm like, they can't even handle Adam. Why they come in that big act?
Yo, bro, that's the crazy shit about it is that I can't really see T-Rail doing the same thing that he does to everybody else because everybody else, he says, fuck you, fuck your mama, you's a bitch. I don't think that he could really do that to somebody that he considers to be like a god or like, you know, someone who's so much more popular than him because he's like mentally, he's a slave to people who are more popular. Like I don't doubt for a second that he would suck Kai Cenat's dick for a droplet of clout.
Don't they call Ak and Kai Cenat Big Bro?
For
Haven't they referred to
sure.
both of them as Big Bro?
I can't understand how they instantly came with this like fabricated thing. Put it like this. I'll give you the recap. So I'm voluntarily going to wherever I need to go. I know Kendrick's going to have the best, not best, but definitely the highest grossing tour. I wanted to see it. I had tickets in Jersey. I missed it. I was actually on stream. I said I'm going to make it to a show. The only show I could have make it to was the Detroit show. I go there. Listen, keep in mind, I'm a civilian. I'm not no.
Hey, bro, that civilian shit trash, bro.
So I'm just cooling, right? So I go to the show. Now here's the thing: I could have went to the show on some 6ix9ine shit. I could have.
What does that mean?
6ix9ine wouldn't even win.
What that mean, Ak?
What are you talking about?
He said he could have snitched, nigga.
I mean, 6ix9ine on O-Block took a couple pictures and dipped.
Right.
And posted it afterwards, but that's not what I want. I'm not even trying to antagonize them. You get what I'm saying? So, brother, I literally start posting in the concert. Also, if I was, like I'm hoping not to see no one, I knew somebody was going to tell them.
Hey, hold on. So hold on. Antagonizing, not saying I'm going to send you to Tupac, Nipsey, Draco, King Von. That's not antagonizing?
Brother, if somebody said they're going to put hands on you, it sounds like they antagonize you. Absol said when he see me, he's going to slap me. So I told him, after he slapped me, he's going to be at a Juice WRLD and Nipsey concert.
Stop playing on me. So Akademiks a killer. Akademiks a killer then.
No.
Akademiks a killer.
I'm somebody who
He a killer. He got Dirk locked up. Akademiks got Dirk locked up.
Oh, man.
Here's the thing.
Wait, Ak, did you have security with you or are you dolo?
Yeah.
Yes.
How are you rolling?
Brother, I'm rolling. First of all, I'm rolling everywhere with security. I got a lot of ops.
He
And I'm
saw.
rich. The fuck?
Yeah.
Man, I was in New York with no security. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. It was getting...
You're King Pill.
No, hold on. I'll tap in with some hood niggas, but I'm also tapping with security.
Man.
And shit, if I could, I'm gonna have to make sure I have my pistol on me because I'm a licensed
He lucky ain't from St. Louis. If St. Louis sees security, we automatically attack.
If I could bring some Charleston White Mace, I'm doing that too. Again, I move around like my life is in thread, so you gotta just move accordingly. But anyway, it wasn't that type of vibes. Anyway, Anthony Celeb pulled up. Me and we talked. Again, I don't got no problem with TDE, PG Lang, whatever the case is. And then afterwards, Dave Free pulled up.
Yeah.
Okay? I pretty much told the story. I said, listen, this happened. Remember, if I wanted to make it look crazy, I could have ducked off, don't post, take two sneak pictures, dipped out, start trolling online. Didn't do none of that. I got online voluntarily afterwards, and I said, let me tell people what happened. Right? Also, I don't know if they were on some funny shit, because when I was having a conversation, I had a conversation with Anthony, and that was good. We exchanged numbers.
Okay, but the part that stood out to me when you were telling the story, everything seemed pretty normal, but then there was one part where you said, I'm not saying that he was crying when you were talking about Dave Free, and it kind of felt like you were saying that he was crying or that he was doing something close to crying.
Yeah, he was crying.
That's like the reverse of a
press.
Yeah.
But like I'm looking him in the eyes, and it's watery a little bit, but it's not crying. It's
The
like, I could
fuck?
tell,
Like he was passionate.
Sure does.
Like
He's about to cry.
Yeah.
Right, because think about it, like Dave Free, like this was probably more upsetting to Dave Free than anybody else in a sense because he was not really that much of a public figure, and now like literally everybody in the fucking rap game knows his name and knows about these crazy allegations that they were never proven, but probably a lot of people still have doubts.
Yeah, no, 100%. But here's the thing, and he admitted it too. It's just like Bro, at the end of the day, y'all call Drake a pedophile. Drake said what he said about y'all. He's basically saying homie's kid ain't his. He's making fun of this person. He's talking about, Kendrick's woman and shit like that. Yo, at the end of the day, I'm going to just keep it a being about both sides.
Yeah, why is Ack responsible?
Hold on. No.
For why is Ack responsible for what Drake said?
Is Ack OVO?
No.
Hold on. Ack, is you OVO?
If I'm I'm a media person now.
No. Are you OVO? You part of their camp?
Drake my nigga, but I'm not an OVO.
No. It seems like you picked a side, right?
Munchie B is like, he's such a blood that he got to side with these bloods too.
No.
Yeah, big blood.
Because I watch academic shit.
They all bloods.
I got a favorite rapper.
No.
Here's the point.
I watch OVO.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Put it like this. I look at like if any idea that I could get press sounds crazy to me because I ain't seen not one TDE PG Lang nigga slide on OVO and I ain't see one OVO nigga slide on PG Lang.
Yeah, it's a rap beef.
Yeah, that's kind of my whole point. Like, why is Ack accountable?
If that did happen, why would it be talking
Because
about?
they could get to him. They could get to Ack. They can't get to the boy.
That's weak.
No. They could get to him. They know where that nigga live. Everybody got addresses on public. What I'm trying to say is that
This nigga don't
you see,
know.
when I look at rap beef, this is why I pull up. Because it can't be that serious to y'all. I've covered Chicago beef where niggas get shot.
What rappers you talking about?
Let me ask you a
All right.
question, man.
That serious between them.
Aunt Hefe has a question. What are you saying, Aunt?
I want to ask him a little question. He said something about
Aunt Hefe has a question.
man, what's up, Ack, man? You was kind of going in about West Coast podcasters versus you need to bring some Chicago podcasters to the table or something like that.
What the fuck they gonna do?
Hey.
What about them?
Hold on.
What about
Let me
him?
tell you the truth, though. There's too much podcasting happening on the West Coast discussing fades, all these other things that's about violence, and I never hear about the violence. I never hear about it.
Hey, but guess what? Hey, bro. The real podcasters, they not really talking about doing nothing to nobody.
Yeah, no, for real.
The real gangbangers is podcasters. They not talking about hurting nobody.
Yeah, no, for real. And all you gotta do is look at 1 million hits though, because we ain't gonna broadcast a lot of.
In T-Rail, they talking about fades, this, that, and thirds. Yo, marked out. I've never seen them do shit.
They can barely move around. Never mind fight.
Nah, but
I mean, he's not.
But see, you gotta keep in mind these people that you catching at their podcast stage. What about before they became podcasters?
You think T-Rail got a body?
Talking about
No. I'm not talking
during
about
their
T-Rail.
mobility phase.
I'm not talking about
in life.
nobody in particular. I'm talking about West Coast podcasters before they put a camera in their face or a microphone. They
Hold on.
I'm talking about they got history before that.
Bro, Smack gets money from the government for just being slow.
No, but I'm not talking about
I
Smack.
respect that, but the equivalent of
Adam, you awesome, man. What the fuck wrong with Adam? Adam going crazy.
Wait, what'd you say?
and you're gonna say, Ack, you don't DJ no more. So it's like we hearing about things that niggas not doing. And again, most of the people giving these opinions are saying whatever. They're saying what should happen.
Nah, for real.
Like
Crazy
again,
as fuck.
we're not hearing about current shit. This is why also I was a little confused by the T-Rail shit because I'm like, bro,
Okay, speak
bro, just give your opinion on music. You got a POV that's different from mine. That's cool.
But you gotta understand.
Hey, but he grouped it in West Coast podcast.
They glaze TDE. They like are so desperate.
Yeah.
They put all their eggs in the Kendrick bucket. Like they just are gonna glaze Kendrick until one day they get an interview with him. And I think this is the thing you're forgetting about is when you were in LA last time, you pulled up and did a podcast with me, Wack, Trapler Ross, etc. You didn't go with them because their shit is ice cold right now, and I think they hold that against you.
No, that's not
Did
even.
they, hold on. Did they
Makes
reach out
sense.
to him?
They probably didn't even bother. I don't know. Maybe.
So you can't say he did. No, they didn't even reach out to him. So you can't say that. Though.
Nah,
I think they're
Ack-
salty.
Ack wasn't fucking with him.
Here's the thing, though.
Did they reach out?
Don't matter.
You gotta get the con to say somebody.
Because you were dissing T-Rail and Smack, but I noticed that you weren't saying nothing about AD. I feel like you still feel a closeness to AD.
Because AD never said nothing about it. Again,
Yeah.
these guys came with a narrative, right, about an event that they
That's
were
what
not
Brandon
at.
try to sound like.
They're saying Ack got marked out
I just got it.
by some LA whoever at this show. And
like
I
Brandon.
wanted to, again, since it feels like West Coast podcasting loves to, litigate
Hey, don't
this
group that in,
marked
bro.
out phase. And everything.
No.
Again, I'll ask y'all the question. If you a gang member, you gangster, and you supposedly have issues with somebody who's a civilian, who's pussy, who ain't like that. You never show up to where he's at. He shows up to where you're at. Y'all had a conversation. You tell me what's the gangster thing to do after that. Talk about how this is how the conversation went. I was willing to leave it alone. We had a conversation like men, like most men would do. And now I'm hearing T-Rail, and I don't know if they're the mouthpieces for PG Lang or TV, whatever. But now I gotta correct this. I gotta correct
That's
this
Kendrick.
because
That's Kendrick record label.
again, especially and again, I know y'all from the West who's probably in that room because I know Adam called. Y'all tell me who gets the gangster points.
Well,
look.
if that was my homie Judy, I smashed.
Is that what?
I said if that was my homies, I think they try to be more professional and corporate or whatever. TDE. I'm saying, but I don't know, but my group of friends, peers, and homies, it would have been bad because you said you was gonna send people to the clouds and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But if he got touched, he said that.
Absol started that issue with me. This was
No. That's overstood. I'm just saying. I think it went that way because they trying to be professional, corporate, whatever. However they did it.
Again, when somebody says that, of course it could go anyway. I don't think those people showed up on behalf of Absol. But here's the point, and I do agree. And that's what I'm saying. When I told the story, I kept it respectful. I never said, and again, maybe I did go a little, again, I didn't mean to do this crying. I really meant he's passionate. I'm talking about Dave Freeze.
That sounds better.
That was very different.
That was Adam putting extras on the crying, bro.
He said it.
No, but you said it, but you put.
But he said he wasn't crying, but I'm like, why would you say he's not crying? Obviously, none of us are crying.
Nah, if you
I
say
don't think
he's
nobody
not
took it
crying,
like the way you said it though.
but that's implying that he was crying.
So I try to speak on the situation, but here's the thing. I understand the internet has a reputation of me. So they want me to basically just bow down like, oh yeah, they punked me. No, we had a good conversation. I literally said it was a little bit of give and take. Part of what they were saying is like, hey, some of the trolling after the battle, it comes from fans, but some of it comes from, some pages you're associated with. Like, bro, that's unnecessary. And I said, listen, there's things that's being said on the opposite side that's being said that people, because the people that are on my page are like fans as well. That's why it's kind of, and I said, yo, both artists need to get together. Y'all can't come into media, nigga. If y'all artists are saying, yo, why is this man's wife being dragged in it still? Why is this person being dragged in it? You call the man a pedophile. Yo, y'all artists gotta lower the tensions among fans. Fans ain't here to make decisions for y'all, neither are the media. So that's why I even said, they weren't, to me, the energy, especially Dave Free pulled up on me with, it wasn't of a winner. It was somebody who was saying, why is this shit going on like this still? And I'm like, what did y'all think was gonna happen when y'all came out the gate calling a man a pedophile?
So, yo, I have another question. It's what do you think T-Rail's strategy is going to be with you? I feel like you did enough that you disrespected them to the point where they got to do something. And we've seen T-Rail handle this in a specific way, which is talking shit and saying you ain't shit, your mama ain't shit, fuck your mama, fuck your kids. I don't think he's going to do that to you because I think he knows that he'll get packed up. So I think everybody, myself included, is waiting to see what kind of energy he's going to have. Now, if this does become a full-on war, I got a lot of ammunition for you. I got access to the paperwork from his bankruptcy. I'm out here.
Adam, you crazy. Let me save you the suspense. One thing I don't like about you, Adam, and you my peer, okay? Like you sitting at the same table as me.
I've been going easy on T-Rail. I feel like you might not want to be so easy.
Here's the thing. One thing with you like the guy who's on the varsity team and you go to the middle school park and try to cook everybody. We don't like that. We don't like the fact that you've been trying to, brother, at a point, like T-Rail or whoever can say, whatever in their response, but if I wouldn't dignify with a back and forth, I'm going to be honest with you. And the back and forth really is, brother, like you helped keep a lot of things afloat. I'm not going to do it. That's not my job. You know what I mean? And again, honestly, I don't even have nothing against him. I just had to address because I seen, some people say they were doing the joking manner, so I shouldn't take it serious. But again, I feel like they're close enough to that situation over there. They're speaking on a conversation. and a situation that now I got to start turning up. So now, like, I could have went full troll on it. Like, y'all know I could have left that concert and said, man, them niggas is soft. They pussy as fuck, nigga. Like, I went up in there, nothing happened. Bro, I never did that. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't the tone. But when they start with this, yo, he got marked out, they got told to sit down. That's why I keep telling them there's a video of it. Tell niggas to put the video out. Tell them to put the video out. Not that I'm tough, because everybody knows academics. I'm not tough. But it will show that these people who you think are super gangsters, no, they're just businessmen, bro. Like, we had a conversation like two businessmen. They're
hold on. Them being businessmen don't mean they ain't gangsters, though.
They're not gangsters.
Look, let me ask this question.
I'm not talking about Dave Free.
I'm not talking about back on Fig. No, I'm talking about y'all had a conservative conversation.
Respectful.
Yeah, it's a respectful conversation, and that's where we should leave it. You know what I mean? So I didn't leave that conversation saying, oh, yeah, I checked them, I did this. Oh, no. So, really, my words ain't really have nothing to, I'm not even giving words to Dave Free or Anthony, because I leave that conversation as men. I'll address the two stooges over there. You know what I mean? I think, I don't know.
The two stooges.
Like fighting with handicapped people. Like, I got one nigga who got one leg, one nigga got one hand. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
6 limbs between the two of them, to be fair.
Yeah, no, T-Rail is definitely a retard. But I think one thing you're forgetting is that his wife is like broke as fuck too. But I'm looking forward to seeing how they play this.
The
Shots fired.
But here's the thing that I'm confused about, Ak. Like, supposedly.
Wait, yeah.
No,
it's up.
But Ak, here's the thing that I'm confused about. Like, isn't this supposedly like a victory lap essentially for Kendrick? He just won the beef. He's got the ups. Why does Dave Free even feel compelled to bang on a media personality that no, I'm not.
It got personal, bro. He was used in a bar that went viral about him having kids.
I understand that, but he didn't say the bar.
His clients.
But regardless, all Ak is doing is reacting.
Dumbass question.
No. All Ak is doing is giving his 2 cents. Why is that? Why should Ak be
I just answered your
held
question,
accountable for that?
Dave Free Dave Free's supposed to feel away about that. He got made into a bar in a tweet somebody could use.
But I ain't doing it.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
No. But
he didn't do that.
But Akademiks is a huge supporter of Drake, and it seems like he takes shit very personal if Drake takes.
But Kendrick won the beef.
No.
So he should be like, oh, what's up, Akademiks? The media guy that was supporting.
He won the beef in totality, but we talking about invasive things like that hit nerves. He won the beef to the world. To the world. But
yeah.
The little bars that stick to these people that it is direct darts.
Still not Ak fault.
But why would Dave Free care if he won the beef if he caught a stray bully?
Again.
So he's supposed to feel away, and he had a conversation.
Not about Ak though.
No. See, that's why they call you a glazer, bro.
Why? Because I disagree.
No.
Why?
Because it's understandable why he feel away. They had a conversation about it, got to understand it, and it's cool. But you trying to
no. That's not my point. That's not the point. Is
by the way, and
you don't get cool points.
And again, I think I've been trying to because I have respect for both conversations I had. I'm not trying to make him look crazy or misrepresent the conversation. Speaking with him, and again, I invite him. I know one of his people got the video. They could put the video out that everybody could just see.
No, we ain't talking about you looking like a punk no more. Did I say anything wrong?
It's not that.
Is Dave Free is he wrong for feeling disrespected?
I'm telling you why he told me that, I think maybe that's why he came and approached me, right? He's like, I think at first he was just like, he was almost saying, like, are you here trying to be funny, like, on behalf of Drake type shit? Really, that's kind of what he was kind of asking.
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
And I was like, no, nigga, I came here, and I literally said, if I felt I had an issue with you, why would I come to your show? Like, what do you think? Like why would I come to your show? I can't have nothing on me. I just come to your show to be funny.
All right,
but hold on. But is that a dumb question though? What do you mean? But
that's not a dumb question.
Okay, it's not because the stance you took with the OVO thing, and then you said sending people to clouds and shit. So it's not a dumb question, right?
Yeah, that wasn't a dumb question. I didn't say it's a dumb question.
All right.
Yo, I have a question though, because this is my observation about it is that I feel like everybody around Kendrick acts as if Kendrick demands everybody have blind loyalty to him. Whereas, like, from my experience with Drake, I've been super critical about stuff with Drake. I've said that I didn't like the new album, etc. Drake still talks to me like it's on some regular shit. Like, I feel like Drake, even with Ak, is much more understanding of the role of a media figure, and that if you're cool with a person like Adam or Ak, that you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that they're not always gonna have 100% positive shit to say about you. But whereas like Kendrick, it feels like everybody in his circle, you have to 100% glaze him at all times, or else you are not allowed to be part of any of this shit.
No, so
Hey, let me ask you one
why
question.
Drake go bad on Joe Budden when he had his input on this music?
But Joe's shit was personal.
No.
I'll tell you what the Drake and Joe thing is. Drake told me directly because I asked Drake about it. I said, Drake, I criticize you too. So why are you going up on it? He says Joe was trying to throw some. Oh, he's trying to appeal to little girls. He like little girl stuff. And come on now, again, it's the same. It's the same thing that Kendrick tripled down on.
Okay,
right?
So what's the problem with him and Charlamagne?
Well,
so he no. So people that's media that give their input on him.
The music, you would criticize him saying he looks like a little light skinned girl. Like
that's his opinion.
When you're not criticizing the person's music and you're saying you're having personal attacks, of course they're not gonna fuck with you.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ak.
Think about Elliot Wilson. Elliot Wilson went up on Drake because he didn't get like a fourth interview. You know what I mean?
that was gay as fuck.
That was weird.
But in reality, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only thing I was kind of taken back about the dudes who call somebody a pedophile. I can't believe they're like, yo, why y'all talking about our family? And I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Well, that's not necessarily coming from me. The song says I think the kid belonged to Dave Free. I don't know who the fuck.
That's my whole point.
And Hefe got a question.
All right, so let me ask one like kind of question, kind of offshoot. So did you go to the concert already knowing in your mind that it wasn't gonna be no problem, or you know what I'm saying? Let's just say if he kind of like just came like, look, man, the shit that's being said, man, I'm passionate about it, man. I need a friendly fade, man. Would you give him that fade?
Fuck no.
I mean,
A fade in a stadium?
Wait.
A fadium.
Why we fade?
The fadium.
I'm not taking no fade on behalf of Drake. Dave Free was sounding to me like he wants a fade with Drake. And he even said to me, he said, yo, I think this part of the conversation, he said, man, like, before I came up here, I was thinking real negative, but my anger would be misguided. Bro, that's why I keep saying, I know where Drake lives, go put it on him. Pause. But if for whatever reason, they felt it was like that between me and them. Don't blame me for Drake, because Drake ain't catching no face for me neither. Between me and them, well, it could be what it could be. So again, I ain't go there to be funny, but also I didn't go in there to tuck my tail and just like hide and okay, I got out of there to talk shit online because I don't want to talk shit online. I wanted to see the concert and see how it was. And from what I saw, it was a pretty good concert. I was confused a little bit by the crowd.
And they said that Toronto show was bigger than the LA show.
It might be.
That's crazy.
I was disappointed with Toronto. I don't think Toronto, a lot of people at that Toronto show didn't realize the idea of Not Like Us. Drake ain't the only one that song represented. It represented pretty much every nigga from Toronto.
Nah.
He dissed the whole squad. He did, yeah.
No, the squad, not Toronto.
Not the whole city.
OVO is not Toronto.
Brother, he references Canada and Toronto multiple times.
I gotta listen back.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him. That's not Drake's.
But this is the thing. My whole thing about diss songs, like, yo, I love Ether and Takeover, and I do not hate Nas or Jay-Z. Like, people can love a diss song and not hate the person that the diss song is about. And I would really honestly say for like a song like that really appeals to the mainstream, that's like the vast majority opinion. Like, well, like I love a million diss songs and don't have anything personal against the person that's being dissed.
Bro, there's literally there's political figures apologizing for attending that show.
New Hampshire.
But especially when it's not deadly warfare. It's not gang warfare. Nobody has died over this.
I don't think Drake could have came to LA and did a show like that.
I agree.
It wouldn't have happened.
No,
I'm surprised that Kendrick could even do that in Toronto.
I listen to Drake a lot. I still like Drake. I'm cool. The homies from Boston probably don't. But I like Drake.
Glazers.
But I'm gonna say this. He wouldn't have been. No, if Drake would have came to LA with that, it would have been a problem. And Toronto sold Drake out.
I feel, dude, like there's literal political figures going to the event that like apologized when they were seen there.
That one dude with the whatever the hell that thing is on his head.
The one like I forget bro's name.
The fool with the funny hat.
Yeah, Indian bro. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I don't know who the that guy is. No, it's some political guy out there. He wears a stupid ass like Hindu spinning thing.
Punjabi hat. Yeah.
And literally, when Drake was beefing with Meek Mill, politicians from Canada was saying, Meek Mill, don't come here. He had the politicians talking crazy about him. So
yeah, that is true.
So for him to come perform in Toronto and the whole city is chanting and some encore perform Not Like Us again, that's crazy.
That's why I said that's W Kendrick, and that's why I said W Ack as far as going to the event and not getting press.
Loop back in with that.
No, it's an easy loop back. Easy. That's how Stella got her. That's how Stella got her loop back.
Don't put W's and L's with Dave Free and Ack, because that'll be.
Ain't no L Dave Free, but it's a W Ack. That was the original question that I didn't have to ask.
Hey, let me tell you, yo, I haven't even communicated that it's not a W or an L event. If anything, I'm gonna be honest with you. I looked at both individuals, especially Anthony, when he came over. Bro, this is the guy who does business. I still look at I don't know. Is Dave Free a gang member? I don't know. I assume he's a gang member.
Man, you ain't gotta be a gang member doing gangster shit, bro.
All right, but anyway, I don't look at him as a gangster. So you can tell me if you look at him as a gangster. I look at him as a businessman, and I think he operated like a businessman. Now, the thing is, people again, I do business as well. We had a conversation mutually as men, as media personality, rapper, manager, and businessman. Now, if y'all want to look at it in a gangster terms, well, that flips the whole conversation upside down, because I don't look at that conversation as no type of gangster stuff. Okay.
Hey, but a gangster conduct business and save shit for later also, bro. They don't mix gangster with stupid. Blow a bag.
Yeah,
would it have been gangster to kick Ack out of the show?
It feels like the one thing I love about people from the West Coast, y'all can't even concede to a draw. Y'all always want to win.
No, that's why I said don't. I said don't put the W and L with the Dave Free and Ack thing.
Yeah.
Hey, what would you have done?
It's not a WL.
What would you have done if Dave Free said, Ack, I'd like to ask you to leave?
Actually, he didn't have to ask. He could have had him. He could have just had him put out.
What would you have said?
Brother, there's police right there. This is another thing that people are like. There's police right there. He approached with one guy with a blue LA hat on and 3 security guards. I got, 2 or 3 security with me and a cameraman. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like
security fade.
At the end of the day, if anything, it would be a bunch of pushing, I guess. And the police would probably just. And again, if he had asked to say, yo, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a being with you. I thought he was gonna ask me to leave. And I wouldn't have a problem with saying, obviously I would have came online and said the same thing, like, hey, we had a conversation, none went violent, none whatever. Maybe they felt that I was there to try to upstage them or make them look.
That would have been funny as fuck if you had just walked out.
That's the part. I do get that.
Funny. It wouldn't have been funny. It would have been smart. Because guess what? Rockstar was trying to stay somewhere he wasn't wanted and looked dumb. But no. But if Rockstar, y'all want me here, I'm about to bounce, it wouldn't have looked this stupid. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna be honest with you. They never told me, hey, you're not welcome here. If they had told me that,
it wouldn't have looked dumb though. That's what I'm saying.
It may have not looked good on their behalf, but I would have left. I would have left peacefully. Bro, I'm not in there trying to be on some gangster shit.
But you paid all that money.
No, but Munchie. But here's the thing, Munchie. I don't like the precedent.
Box. But box at a stadium.
Munchie,
that's serious money.
I don't like the precedent that's being set with media not being allowed to speak our fucking minds about a rap beef.
Hey, bro, listen. If you disrespect the artist and then you want to come around them, that's your problem. You gonna get fucked up. Why do you think Flacco go home, do content, and back to No Jumper, and that's it? Flacco will never be backstage at Rolling Loud doing no media anything. He talk too much shit.
So the motherfuckers that do pop up, that should actually be looked at with respect. Like, damn, bro willing to actually come outside and stand on his words.
Bro, don't be non sequitur, bro. You gotta make sense what you talking about.
Wait, all right, act what?
And what I learned with this is what I remember I told 6ix9ine back in the day, because 6ix9ine used to do things, and when I was posting it, you look at the comments, you get super upset that the reaction wasn't in his favor, and it was just like, what I got to do for them to finally give me something. I guess he wanted credit for being like fearless or whatever. The thing with me, I don't want credit for any of this. So you damned if you do, you damned if you don't, right? If I don't go, you'll act too scared to go outside. You go, yo, listen, you popped up unannounced. You go there, nothing happens. Yo, you got marked out. You go there, you film yourself there. Oh, you was trying to make them look crazy. You can't win. And, you know, I've known this for the internet, but I didn't go there for that reason. Again, at least I could say, you know, I went to the It's a Blur tour. That was the highest grossing tour. This tour is going to pass it, the Grand National Tour. I went to both of them. Again, I wasn't hiding. I don't think those men have anything they would say that would contrary what I'm saying. And that's it. So, again, I'm not trying to continue. I'm not trying to, like, fight with the internet for a win. Like, there is no win.